Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the number 4 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit, and here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? Kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Makes a quick catch. Tackle made after a big gain.
So a nice completion here for him in his first completion of the game. And I love the fact that he gets hit, be able to settle in now and just worry about executing.
Nice play to start the drive. They're near midfield here for 1st and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Gets made on the out route. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you've got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
That completion makes it 2nd and short. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Defense is coming after him. Just throws it away, but takes a big hit in the process.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point. Move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's 4th down.
Boy, 3rd down and short. They decide to throw the football, roll the dice a bit, doesn't work out. Now you're at 4th and short. You got to wonder, with this offensive line and this running back, do you run the football to convert, or do they try to go through the air again?
And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Finds his man, has the first down. Tackled inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Looking for the wide out. It's pulled in. Completion on a diving catch.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
On the kickoff is hammered, sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? He's going to hand this off. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Nothing going with the running game on those two plays. Now it's third down and 10. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble now. Breaks loose at the 40. Slides to avoid the big hit. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down and 10 now. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. On first down, it's play action. Buying time now, rolling to his left. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
There's the handoff. Looks like Houston will have the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Houston getting set with a first and 10 coming up. He'll hand it off.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then it pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
This Houston offense is moving quickly down the field. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes the catch. Finding space at the 20. And they're finally able to stop him. The great execution on the screen pass fooled the defense there.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air, man, puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
Houston now operating in the red zone. They'll run it here. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Now this is the 8th play on this drive. Looking downfield, it's Royer. He lets it go on the move. It's intercepted. Threw it across his body. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender and he throws the interception.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually that's going to cost you.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Grab down the middle. It's Carr. Good enough for first down yardage.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Using his legs, it's Jordan. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Christino, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And he dumps it off to the tight end. Tackle, but first down.
The tight end drag route is the perfect option for an offense looking to scheme that position open for some yardage. Perfect execution here for a first down.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. When they tried to get the counterplay to the edge, Kirk, we've seen this defense show their ability to pursue and fly to the football.
Yeah, they sure can, and they did a nice job on this counterplay. A lot of times you'll see those counters go more up into the middle of a defense, but they tried to bounce that to the out.
Going for a big play downfield. Trying to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. Going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Makes a quick grab. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that's so demoralizing for a defense, especially for those star players who don't sub out as much. By the fourth quarter, it really starts to wear you out.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held them just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Takes the handoff, heads to the right. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. The important third down play coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. When they hit him just as he releases the ball, it's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
They've already converted once on fourth down this game. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Quick throw over the middle. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch.
Just great execution here on this fourth down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
On the run, it's Jordan. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. He just came flying in to lay the lumber immediately.
What a great job of timing up the blitz here by the backer. I don't know how this running back held on to the football because as soon as he got his hands on it, he got hit hard.
Quick throw complete to the tight end. He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. Quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. The pocket breaking down. Able to throw it away. He felt the heavy pressure, took a hit, but got rid of the football.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. You got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So they'll pass up the chip shot field goal attempt and go for it on 4th down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. And it's caught. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. That kind of execution, a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
And the PAT is good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. Houston's offense heads back out of the field now. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. They'll run it from the gun. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Dropping back, it's Royer. Bringing pressure. Breaks loose at the 40. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. And on the carry, he's heading left. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
And there's the handoff.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he was able to get downfield for the first down.
This Houston offense is moving quickly down the field. And looking to throw now on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Thorne. Oh, what a cut, and still going. Touchdown, Houston. Made the defense look slow that time.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? First down, looking to throw the ball. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Good job of reading the blitz here by the quarterback. And it doesn't matter where it's coming from. The tight end knows that they've become a big part of the passing game because they should be an outlet. Anytime you see that kind of pressure, those extra bodies are starting to come after the quarterback. Quarterback's going to turn and get the ball out of his hands quickly, this time to the tight end for the first down.
Defense makes the tackle on the ball carrier. And the Yellow Jackets looking to use the up-tempo offense here. They look to throw it here on second down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. And an explosive play. Stop finally made across midfield at the 44.
This receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play, already over 50 yards here in this first half.
The Yellow Jackets line up on 1st and 10 now. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. When they don't block the defensive end, it shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Tackle made after the completion. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble. On the run, he'll let it go. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Chris, that's every quarterback's worst nightmare, a wide-open receiver streaking for a touchdown. You could throw a hook shot out there, let him get underneath it, and let him run to the end zone. What a missed opportunity.
The offense has been very efficient on 4th down so far. Let's see if they can make it 4 for 4 here. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He's got it. Enough for a first down. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Boy, the defense was in the right coverage here. It looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Trying to find room. It's Jordan. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Defense calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half now.
Well, when somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. The tight end goes in motion before the snap. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. That's caught. It's Jordan. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. It's an out route, the catch made, and the game just good enough for a first down.
Hey, I don't blame the defense here at all, Chris, for bringing the blitz. It's 3rd down and short. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you got to tip your cap to this quarterback. I think he was anticipating the blitz, so he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and pick up the first down.
And the long march continues. Offense pushing the ball down the field. In the red area, it's Jordan. And they stop him at the 4 after an excellent run.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
And the Yellow Jackets looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. The offense sets up with a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it, because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
Here's a run to the left, looking for the touchdown. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Hey, the defense is doing everything that they can to try to keep these guys out of the end zone. Now we've got a big 3rd down coming up.
He moves the ball to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. It's a run to the left, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive, you're this close, inside the 3-yard line, you got to come away here with a touchdown.
And now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there, wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. He knocks this one right through. And that will extend their lead even further. The Minnows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will kick this away to get the second half going. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Cougars offense heads back out onto the field now.
Easy. Clear. Clear.
First play of the second half is a handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down play coming up. Takes the handoff again. Running through the tackle. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Tackle made after just a short game.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Back to throw. It's Royer. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. The short completion to the tight end. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the +47.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, a really great job here with the quarterback and the receiver. This is all about timing. Quarterback gets back, no hitch in his delivery, gets the ball out in front of the receiver where he can run away from the defender for a nice completion.
Houston getting set for their 1st and 10 coming up. On the ground, it's Thorne.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
They'll try to run for the first down. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. So no hesitation. The offense is on the field to go for it here. It's a crucial play. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Looking for 6. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this. They're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. Getting set to kick the ball off now. That one sails out of the back of the end zone at the touchback. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down. Receivers are bunched together. Tight end goes in motion. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. And they heave it deep downfield. It's caught. They will rule that a catch. A huge game through the air.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. 1st down. Looking to throw the football. It's a quick grab. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. The pass rush closing in. Will he score here? And he stopped just short, down at the 2, but an excellent run.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1. 2nd down and goal upcoming. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And this won't be returnable out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense heads back onto the field now. Their last possession was a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive. Can the defense come up with answers this time? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's exactly what defensive coordinators love to see. You've got a quarterback that typically is known for his ability to cover, and here he shows some physical toughness by sticking his nose in there, and he comes up with a nice play in support.
They're backed up, 2nd and long at the 19. Looking to pass. It's Royer. He's running out of time here. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
He just has to be protected better than that. He's the guy who can shift the tenure of a game. It's the offensive line's job to ensure he's kept clean.
3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And the punt team makes its way onto the field. Returner tackled right there. That's what will start the drive. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. It's a draw play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, the defensive coordinator has to be fired up about this play. The thing that he has to love is that his defense and their technique was right on point. They didn't lose their leverage. They stayed with the play and didn't just go after the quarterback.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And he pulls in the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
The Yellow Jackets look to keep this drive moving. On the run, it's Johnston. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Now, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
The offense has done well to choose some clock here. Now they'll come up on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Takes the ball and heads to the left. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Short connection to the tight end here. They make the stop just short of the 1st. Looks like inches to go, and now 4th down. Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. And the Yellow Jackets lining up here on 1st and 10. Looking for some space. It's Johnston. Costly holding penalty there. Backs him up 10 yards. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down.
Here we go. Check. Low. Ready, go.
Takes the ball, tries the right side here. And they've got him.
You're starting to see this defense, I think, wear down now that we're in the fourth quarter. It's been a tough day for them, and the offense is taking advantage of it. A lot of positive plays. Good job of eating as much clock as they can here on this drive in the fourth quarter.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And the running back takes the handoff. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Still no answer for this offensive machine.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense heads back out on the field now. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that previous play. Scanning the field, it's Royer. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. And it's good for a first down to the 36. A new set of downs after that completion. Looking to throw it on first down. Short pass finds the tight end. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker. Here comes the up-tempo offense.
Well, as a defense, you'll take that all day. No problem at all. You give up a short little route. You tackle him inbounds. It keeps the clock running. That's a great job by the defense.
That run sets up a critical third down play.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Grab near the sticks. It's Thorne. In the clear at the 25. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. This Houston offense is moving quickly down the field. Here comes a throw from the red zone. And that pass falls incomplete. Important second down play coming up. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size and their skill set. Allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And the same runner's got it again. And tackled after a small pickup there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. On third down, he drops to throw. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up fourth down now. And they will trot out the field goal team here. And he's got it from 55 yards away and never in doubt.
Boy, this This guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50 plus.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. On the kickoff is hammered, sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Cougars offense heads back out onto the field now. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. That run takes it across the 30-yard line. Second down here, time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. Here's the second down play. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Now he's looking to throw. He's got his man wide open. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kirk, you look for rust. You look for jitters in the opening drive. Not any sign of it for that offense.
You know, the offensive coordinator, when we talked with him this week, he had a feeling that this offense was going to be able to start fast. But I don't even know if he thought they would look this good this early.
And the hands team able to recover the football. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Can they play keep away here? Just protect this lead in the final 2 minutes. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback just kneels down. Well, that's a great performance in the pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here.